25. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. Leading this unit will be the big arm man out of Texas Tech. 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing. And now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
And this will be a Bears first down as he gets it up past the 35.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Out of bounds at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up
second down and a run by Robinson. Dances by him and taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Mahomes firing complete, and they're going to get this down to about the 37. Opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Brought down at the 18-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now here's Mahomes. Over the middle, it's complete. And the Bears are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early first and goal.
Robinson is into the end zone for a Bears touchdown. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Gets past one man. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. I guess you could say they're kind of fortunate to be in the position that they're in, able to host as a division champ, because it's really one of the weakest divisions in the NFL.
And there's often the discussion every time, right? That 4th seed, should they actually be hosting? Because sometimes it turns out that division winner has a lesser record than wild card teams that get in, and some people think that'd be a more fair way of doing things. But I got to tell you, I personally like it. The winning a division title, I don't care what the division, how it's ranked, it still means something to me, and I like the fact that they get to host.
I think that that's the reason you have the divisions. If you didn't just stack them all up and take the best 6 records, but there's a division for a reason, and the champion hosts the first round.
And the first rule of thumb in building a team, build a team to win your division. Beat those teams first, then you go from there.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Open man Lamb, it's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 28.
That's good for a Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Now Mahomes. Out of his hands quickly to CeeDee Lamb. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the 2nd quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1.
And goal at the 1-yard line.
Robinson is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
They had 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Touchdown, Bears! From 3 yards out, and the Bears have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Alexander. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On play action, they'll throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 24-yard line. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Mahomes going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
That's taken it around the 40. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. L.A. readies for its next possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And some room to work. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. This is first and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll try to run this one in. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a...
And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. McPherson's kick is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on fourth and goal anyway, but the sack on third down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Mahomes now on first down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On first and 10, here's Mahomes. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb, and that is incomplete. Here now is second and 10, again from the 41. Here's Mahomes to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now it's Mahomes again. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he will have the Bears first down, at least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this will be called officially a 66-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports half. Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First down, Rams.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
51 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll go as a loss on the play, not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Rams are back within a score. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. But, Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
A throw over the middle taken in. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good. Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. 20, 10, and they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
After review of the play.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's got it. And he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. CeeDee Lamb, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Bears are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now a play fake here on 1st down. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll look to throw here. Going right back to Fant. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And quickly, they get to the line.
To number 16.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And the Rams are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. Up the middle they go. McMillan, a loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And this is going to be intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Bears are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this 4th quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
At the 35-yard line.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Looking deep downfield. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
To 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. On the move past the 40. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Mahomes. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run with Robinson. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Brian Robinson Jr. with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bears are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. They'll drop to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Rams have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after them right here. I want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football. You've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. To throw is Mahomes. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown. A big play there. 61 yards. And the Bears use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the Rams getting set to go now. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They're going to look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Their season ends here, a tough way to go out.
And the goal was to not just get to the
Next up, the Cincinnati Bengals are on the clock. Next up, the Titans are on the clock. The Los Angeles Rams now on the clock. Ladies and gentlemen, the current pick has been traded. On the clock now, the Seattle Seahawks. The Los Angeles Rams are up. They're on the clock. The Chicago Bears are on the clock now. Now on the clock, the San Francisco 49ers. The Bengals now on the clock. On the clock, the Rams. On the clock now, the New England Patriots. On the clock now, the Los Angeles Rams. The Cardinals on the clock now. Next up, it's the Seahawks on the clock. The Los Angeles Rams now on the clock. There has been a trade. The 49ers on the clock now. The Los Angeles Rams are up. They're on the clock. The Tennessee Titans are now on the clock. Now the Seattle Seahawks are on the clock. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a trade. The Seattle Seahawks are now on the clock. Now on the clock, the Rams. It's the Bears now on the clock. On the clock now, the Los Angeles Rams. It's the Atlanta Falcons now on the clock. The San Francisco 49ers are now on the clock. The Cincinnati Bengals are on the clock. On the clock now, the Seattle Seahawks. The next pick has been traded. The The Los Angeles Rams now on the clock. It's the Detroit Lions now on the clock. Next up, it's the Seahawks on the clock. On the clock now, it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's now the San Francisco 49ers pick. They're up. The current pick has been traded. Now we turn to the Eagles. They're on the clock. Now the Seattle Seahawks are on the clock. We have a trade alert. This pick has been traded. The Los Angeles Rams are up. They're on the clock. Ladies and gentlemen, the current pick has been traded. The Seattle Seahawks are now on the clock. The Washington Commanders are now on the clock. Now on the clock, the Rams. On the clock now, the Kansas City Chiefs. Now on the clock, the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers on the clock now. On the clock now, the Los Angeles Rams. There has been a trade. The Los Angeles Rams now on the clock. The Arizona Cardinals are now on the clock. On the clock now, the Seattle Seahawks. Next up, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are on the clock. The Los Angeles Rams are up. They're on the clock. It's the Bills now on the clock. Now on the clock, the Rams. The Chicago Bears are now on the clock. The San Francisco 49ers are now on the clock. It's now the San Francisco 49ers pick. They're up. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a trade. On the clock now, it's the Tennessee Titans. Now on the clock, the San Francisco 49ers. The Chargers are up now. They're on the clock. Next up, it's the Seahawks on the clock. The next pick has been traded. On the clock now, the Los Angeles Rams. The current pick has been traded. The 49ers on the clock now. With the next selection, it's the Washington Commanders. Now the Seattle Seahawks are on the clock. With the next pick, the Kansas City Chiefs are now on the clock.
It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Vikings and the Rams. Coming up next.
Evan McPherson set to kick off.
And off we go from SoFi Stadium. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength.
It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. Setting to throw on first down is Tua, hitting Samuel on the slant. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Give him 9 yards on the carry there, a good run, and now 2nd and goal.
Brought down just shy of the goal line. A 9-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal.
Looking to pass. Tua. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Complete to number 82.
A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Vikings are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Rams nothing.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And a look here now at their 4th-year quarterback.
This week, such an important one for his entire offense, but for him especially. He wants to start this new season off strong. He's got big plans for this year, wants it to be one where he finishes among the league's best while leading his team to the postseason. A strong opening week is a great start to that, and can create momentum that carries over not just to next week, but the next few weeks as well. A rising tide raises all ships, and if he can start this season off strong.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
On 2nd and 11 now. Tua. Touchdown, Vikings. Isaiah Pacheco. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Rams nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their 2nd drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
Well, sure looked pretty coming off of his hand, but sometimes you might have to take a little bit off of it. That one looked a little too hot to handle.
Yeah, but off the tip, hey, they still got the catch, right?
It's amazing, isn't it? Even when it goes wrong, it turns out right.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Just a yard to go here on second down. Here's a give up the middle. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about he rifles one that's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. After the turnover, it's Tua. Now they go screen. It's complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
23 yards the pickup there. This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. Sanders' kick is good, and that'll make this 17-0 here in the opening quarter. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
L.A. set to take over again on offense. They find themselves in a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Throwing to start the drive. Wheatley over the middle, hauled in by Pierce. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. But there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. 17-0 our score after 1. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Wheatley. Noah Fant with a catch on the crossing route. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
In the end zone. Brings up 3rd and goal.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here, back to the 2. Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
On 4th down, Wheatley. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Here's Tua. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be in. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and long.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. Call that a 48-yard punt and made even better by a loss on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. And I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
They'll try and throw for it here. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he is going to have the Rams first down, as that'll be a gain of 15 on fourth. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. On 1st and 10, Wheatley going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week one. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day one.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Good work there, holding them out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2? Maybe even 3 more plays.
Touchdown, Rams. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14.
17. Rams 14.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. He's going to look deep down the field, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
The 25-yard line.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's got a man, complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Tua. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question. So that challenge, a successful one. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Tua to throw again. Open man is Samuel, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Tua now on first down. This will be caught at about the 6. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3. Tua sets up to pass it. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. So we've reached halftime. It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half.
Rams 14.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
On first down, Wheatley. He'll fire one downfield for Fant, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Vikings are going to get it back here just past the 35. He had the good earlier throwing his first career touchdown pass. Now the bad, his first career interception.
So you had to have some balance at some point, right? Didn't that what we all seek in our lives? But here's the thing. He had the success, you mentioned it, through the touchdown pass. Sometimes you press it a little bit more, try a few other things, but that's how you learn. He'll throw a few more interceptions along the way, but I bet he'll balance that with a heck of a lot more touchdown passes too.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Tua going to throw. Samuel bringing in the slant. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 36 yards on the play. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. They'll try to run this one in. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. They'll try again, and he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Rams 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Gain on the play. Brings up third down and 5.
Looking to throw. Wheatley. This is the tight end Fant. And he is going to have a Rams first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7.
And a Rams.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. Off play action. Wheatley. That is taken in by the tight end Fan. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
So the completion good for just 3, and that's going to bring up second down.
At the 19-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
The quarterback sacked. A fumble on the
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener, and it's a first down.
Complete to Noah Fant. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Noah Fant, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Deebo Samuel trotting out with his offense to start this next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Stopped by the safety, Kyle Hamilton. 2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That's going to be caught by Samuel. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's 3rd and 4 now. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. From the gun, it's Tua. Completes it to Samuel. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A gain of 12. First down, Vikings.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a gain of 34. That catch, by the way, kind of noteworthy. It's number 764 in his career. Ties him with Hall of Famer James Lofton.
And he's done it just as James Lofton did in his career. Smooth.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
26-yard line.
Play action, now it's Tua. Flush to it. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Drake Jackson. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He's got time. Got his man. It's London. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
At the 9-yard line.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Isaiah Pacheco with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Vikings will add to their fourth quarter lead.
The kick is
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
21.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Throwing on first down. Wheatley over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. A good start there on this fourth quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time, all right? It's not like, they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. Sanders now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Back to throw. Wheatley. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Another first down there as this one goes for 25.
That's another Rams.
Off the play fake. Wheatley. Going right back to Fant. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Rams, first down. First and goal at the 7-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up second and goal.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Looking to throw on second down. Wheatley, touchdown! A great effort there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Rams have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
His kick is
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Rams 28.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Right back to him on first down. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So all eyes on this Rams offense. Down by 10, just over 1:40 to play. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery, but first things first. First and 10. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. On first and 10, Wheatley. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And they'll work from the 29 on second and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
Off play action. Wheatley. He's got Fan. He just keeps on connecting with him. And they'll get this down to the 10. That puts him in excellent position, first and goal after a gain of 19.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record.